It's 2026 and we're still waiting. All right, we've been hearing a lot of rumors about Apple making big moves in the smart home space. New Apple TVs, new HomePods, a touchscreen HomePod, even Apple security cameras and doorbells. And honestly, I bought into all that hype and the whole rumor mill, but here we are, well into 2026, and we're still waiting. The truth is, Apple really does need a big win in the smart home space, and they need it soon. My name is Shane, and this channel is all about building an easy Apple home smart home. So do me a favor and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos and content as this smart home space is ever evolving. Now today, let's take an honest look at where Apple Home actually stands right now, what's good, what's bad, and what Apple really needs to fix or update if they want us to take their smart home platform seriously. Now, to be fair, it's not like Apple has done nothing. We've seen some real progress over the past year or two, or some progress, I should say, especially with Apple embracing Matter, adding support for Thread, and slightly improving parts of the Apple Home app UI. We've seen features like ultra-wideband hands-free unlocking for smart locks, which is amazing, by the way. We've seen adaptive temperature control for thermostats recently. And hey, we can finally add robot vacuums to Apple Home, so I guess that's something. But Siri still sucks for the most part. Apple Home cameras are still capped at 1080p resolution. Matter 1.5 was released recently and added support for security cameras and doorbells, a huge step forward for Matter, but Apple still hasn't implemented support for Matter cameras yet. And we still don't have any type of Apple branded smart home screen or panel hub like we've seen from other major platforms. Meanwhile, those other platforms like Amazon, Alexa, Home Assistant even, and Google are moving pretty fast. Dashboards, advanced automation tools, energy monitoring, and AI capabilities are all already on these other platforms. So Apple definitely needs to step it up a little bit if they want to win over real smart home users. And possibly the real reason behind my frustration or impatience, if you will, isn't actually Apple's fault, but more so from the tech rumor mill. We've been hearing rumors for years from countless publications and YouTube videos about new Apple smart home products that we still haven't seen. Some even go as far as naming release dates, which come and go. These constant leaks and predictions get us all excited, and even sometimes will influence our buying decisions, maybe waiting for certain products to be released that never come. And yet year after year, we just sit here and wait. Rumors are wrong and we get frustrated. At least I do. And that's a big reason why I really don't focus much on rumors here on this channel. There are literally always rumors to talk about. It's a full-time business for many YouTubers and many publications. Now, I'm not throwing any shade here. It's all fine, I guess. There's definitely a place for that, and sometimes it is fun to talk about, but just take it for what it is. Those are rumors. I just prefer to focus on what's real and what's confirmed, what we can actually use today to build a better smart home tomorrow. So instead of talking about what might come out sometime one day, tomorrow, next week, who knows, let's talk about where Apple actually stands as of early 2026, what they're doing right, what's still missing, and what I hope to see from them soon, what I think they really need to implement. So let's start with Matter. Apple's played a huge role in the development of Matter. If you don't know, Matter is the new smart home standard co-developed by Apple, Amazon, Google, and many others. It gives us true cross-platform compatibility, and it's finally starting to mature a little bit. And that's a good thing for both consumers and product manufacturers. Generally speaking, if a device supports Matter, it works with Apple Home and all the other major smart home ecosystems. You may or may not know this, but Apple has actually been a huge contributor to the Matter spec, offering code and frameworks that have been instrumental in its development. So that tells me that they do see the importance of smart home and something to be looking into and putting resources towards. Now, one of the reasons I originally chose Apple Home, or HomeKit as it used to be called, is that it's local first. So your devices don't need to connect to the cloud just to turn on your lights, for example. That strong privacy stance carries over to Matter as well. Devices must work locally without requiring cloud communication. So in that way, Apple really pushed other players in the smart home space to improve here, which is really nice. In my opinion, Apple also still leads in the UI and user experience. The Home app is visually clean, it's easy to navigate, and comes pre-installed on every Apple device, iPhones, iPads, Macs, even the Apple Vision Pro. And your smart home works across your whole family's devices with very little setup required. That low barrier to entry is key for getting everyday users into smart home tech. But it's not perfect. While Apple Home is definitely user-friendly, advanced users are often left wanting more. Did you know that Apple Home, or HomeKit, the framework, actually has much more capability than just what's available in the Apple Home app, the native Apple Home app? And that's why you see some third-party HomeKit apps that can tap into the HomeKit API and provide more options and capabilities than you get in Apple's native Home app. It's clear Apple values a clean, simple user experience as usual, but I'd love to see them find a balance here. Give us more control and capabilities for us power users while maintaining that great aesthetic and user experience that we all have come to know and love from Apple. We've seen them strike this balance, I feel like, with Shortcuts and the Shortcuts app, so I do think it's possible. And then there's Siri, Apple's voice assistant. It is still very much behind the competition. Now, voice control across your Apple devices is a huge part of the smart home experience, but it's often unreliable, slow, and quite limited. Now, Apple promised a more advanced Siri experience, and we are supposed to see that roll out already, but it has been delayed and delayed and delayed a lot. Recently, Apple did confirm that they have entered into a multi-year partnership with Google to use its Gemini AI models as a part of the foundation for Apple Intelligence. So that means that while Apple is still prioritizing privacy with on-device and private cloud compute processing, they're now relying on Google's AI to accelerate development, especially for Siri. This move shows that Apple is serious about catching up in the whole AI race, even if it means collaborating with Google. But I do think this was a good move for Apple's users because it's been about 2 years since Apple Intelligence was announced, and they clearly have not been able to get it where they want it to be to release to the public. We are expecting to see this new revamped Siri start to roll out in the spring this year, with more upgrades likely coming with iOS 27. So we could see these new Apple smart home accessories like a new Apple TV, a new HomePod mini, maybe even a new Home Hub device as early as the spring. But again, rumors. Only time will tell. So yeah, I did really think that 2025 would be the year, but now it's looking more like 2026 might actually be the year for Apple Home. Maybe. While Apple has been playing catch up in regards to AI and Siri, they have really laid down a very solid foundation for their smart home platform. I actually said this last year. The foundation is there. Again, they've been a huge contributor to that Matter spec, the new smart home standard. So if and when Apple does deliver on their smart home promises and Siri and AI and all that, I really do hope they go all in. I do want to see that new Apple TV, an updated HomePod mini, some sort of smart home hub with a display. We really need to see something like that. All of those should have modern chipsets capable of running Apple Intelligence and the revamped Siri. Beyond new hardware, I hope Apple uses this moment to really level up their platform overall. Support the latest Matter spec more quickly, that would be great. Add advanced automation tools to the Apple Home app. give us camera resolution beyond 1080p, and of course, keep privacy and simplicity at the center of it all, so it's just easy for everyone to use. Apple has proven time and time again that you don't have to be the first to do something, but if you're gonna be last, you better do it right. And after taking their sweet time with Siri and their smart home efforts in general, I do sure hope that they get it right. Again, the foundation is definitely there, at least for the smart home, and they could certainly become a leader in this smart home space, again, if they do it right. All I know is that after all these delays and stuff, and once it does finally come, I don't think they can afford to mess this up. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you agree, or do you think it's too late for Apple to deliver in this smart home space? If you're interested in building your own smart home, be sure to subscribe for more videos every week. I also live stream every week right here where we discuss all the latest smart home news and devices and answer your questions. So turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next time I go live. And if you want to see one of the things that Apple is doing right now in the smart home space, check out this video right over here featuring the first smart lock on the market to support Apple's UWB hands-free unlocking. It's freaking awesome. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.